2.7 from this book.
Okay, we're on 2.7, biology, and it's how CF is treated.
Yes. There's a lot of possible ways that we can do. The first one, bronchodilators.
Yes, bronchodilators, and there's another thing called DNAase.
Yeah.
Mention these two things together. Bronchodilators relaxes the lungs. When you have CF, you cough a lot, and that can damage your alveoli quite a lot. And DNAase, it's an enzyme, and that breaks up the white blood cell clumps that you have in your mucus from cheating pathogens. And this is all brought in by a nebulizer, which is like sort of like an inhaler thing.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So that's why we put them both together.
Yep.
People with cystic fibrosis take a lot of antibiotics.
They do,
So that's
again,
another.
pathogen problem. Because of the mucus being hard to remove, there's a lot of pathogens. You take a lot of antibiotics to cure or make sure you don't get loads of illnesses.
You can take types of steroids.
You can, and this gets rid of inflammation or the inflammatory response you should know about from year 1.
As we said, it doesn't just affect the respiratory system, it can affect the digestive system.
Yep, so you have enzymes.
Digestive enzymes.
Yeah, sort of supplements. And with that, also for your digestive system, you have very high energy food, so the amount of energy you do get is hopefully more.
Just general diet, I'm going to put there as
Yeah.
the title. You can have a heart and lung transplant.
Oh, this is an extreme case, yeah. But often it does get this way, sadly. The life expectancy of people with CF isn't that high. So heart and lung transplant may be necessary. Your heart tends to do a lot more work than usual because of no oxygen it's not getting.
And then there's gene therapy.
And this is quite a bit of a bigger point.
Yes, so I'm going to rub all this off and we're actually going to go on to that right away.
Okay. Well, gene therapy sort of is what it sounds like, where you actually change your genes, your DNA sequence to get the thing that you lack.
Yes, so you're affecting the genotype,
Yeah.
which in turn will affect the phenotype.
The genotype
So
in
they're
CF.
the words we used in the video before this.
It is. The genotype in CF is not having a not working version of the CFTR protein.
So there's 2 ways to go about putting in the DNA that you want, essentially.
There is. The first one sounds a little bit scary.
It's a virus, a genetically modified virus.
Should I blue?
Yeah, okay, so in blue, put them down. Awesome sauce.
Okay. So, what we do with this virus is we take out the bit that makes it spread to everything.
Yeah, because you don't want that to happen.
No, because that would be bad. And you put in the DNA that your thing doesn't have.
So in this case, you'd be putting in something that will make the CFTR protein.
Yeah.
And you put it, essentially you just put it in the part of the body that you want, so normally the lungs. It does affect the other things as well, but first you do the lungs.
Yeah, first the lungs would be first priority.
And it invades it just like a virus does when you get an illness, except it's not bad.
It's not bad, it does a bonus thing. It reproduces like it would in a normal illness, and then it splits, becoming sort of almost part of the cell, and replicates with your DNA, except the new cells have the thing you lack, have this fixed chromosome 7 thing we mentioned before.
So yeah, it goes with the DNA, it translates and transcribes, the step that was a few videos ago.
Yep.
And that's it, you'll have a CFTR protein, it will make it. And then because the DNA has been directly affected, when the virus wears off or is removed, it will just keep going.
Like it was there anyway.
Yeah.
There is another way.
And that's liposomes. So we can do it in red?
Yeah, it is in red.
I'll put the title in black.
Okay.
Liposomes.
So, liposomes. This one's quite different and sounds much less terrifying, mostly because it is. Sort of uses endocytosis.
Endocytosis.
Yep.
You merge the liposome with the DNA you want, something in this case that will have the CFTR protein, and it makes a liposome DNA complex.
Yeah.
So this is essentially a loop of DNA called a plasmid, and it's got liposomes around it, and that will merge to the cell membrane. The liposomes will fuse with it, and the DNA will go in by endocytosis.
Yep.
And then just like in the virus, it will then translate and transcribe. You'll have what you want, you'll have the protein.
Yeah. This will happen to all the important cells in your lungs wherever you put it.
So this is all gene therapy.
It is all gene therapy. Yeah. This is quite a very nice thing.
This still isn't 100% proved to work. It should work. We've done a little bit of testing.
Yeah,
Not
sadly.
an awful lot, unfortunately.
No. Well, the problem with a lot of medical things is they can be ready for 10 years, but they can't be done until all the testing's done, just in case there's something wrong.
And there's a few issues with altering genes. Some certain beliefs don't think it's correct to do that, and
acting God, etc. So eventually, if they do overcome that, I think this will be the best option.
yes. So that's the others that we did before, the antibiotics and stuff. They treat sort of individual aspects.
They more just treat the symptoms. They sort of hold it at bay, but
Even
this
the
would
heart
actually
and lung
be a
transplant,
cure.
although that gets rid of the cystic fibrosis lungs, you then have to take a lot of medication because of rejection and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's sort of a problem in itself. So this is a proper. This would solve it.
It would.
If it works, and if we can do it.
Like before, it's quite a small video.
Yeah, we're not going to bother with a summary because it's so short.
It's so short. What we do instead is go on to the last unit of this part, which is 2.8.
Let's go on to that in the next video. Yeah.
Alright, let's do it.